No,
If you're watching that party, come back up.
So, a very brief introduction. Pat's been coaching at Wallenberg for how many years?
26.
For 26 years. There was a time when I was a third-year rep where between Pat, Rob Ray, and Elliot over at Lake Wilmerding, I learned something about basketball that had nothing to do with the mechanics. It was all about relationship, communication, understanding what Pat is going through, because he understood what I was going through, and I really appreciated that experience. So without further ado, I'd like for Pat to talk very briefly, Pat, about communication and relationships between referees and coaches. Go ahead, Pat.
Okay. I didn't know I'd be speaking. I don't know that's going to stop me, though.
Yeah, never had before.
I think the biggest thing with that I, as a coach, would love to have from the officials is open line of communication. And that could be both ways. I want to be able to talk to you if there's something that I see, and I have a voice that can carry, and I have the ability to make the entire gym know what I'm complaining about, or we could do it nice and easy where I'm talking to you in the distance from me to Joe. And I don't like doing it the way that you might feel embarrassed, but I'm more than capable of doing that. And I really try to avoid that situation whenever possible. Take care of your problems early. I think that's something that's communicated to you guys frequently. And have an open line. Because I can sure help you with my players. And I can sure help you with me. And certainly with my staff. And we're all in it together to make it a good situation. And I hope that we can do that.
Pat, I have you this year.
Can I still ding or no?
I'm going to put you on the list again. I had sucked into it, though.
Are there questions for Pat? Anything you guys want to discuss other than your schedule? Dave?
Yeah. Pat, do you use your stentorian voice to give compliments to?
I tend to do it a little more carefully, because if your partner's having a bad day and I'm telling you how good you are, I understand. But there are times that I'll certainly praise a call that goes against my team.
Just as long as you know it's okay to yell out a compliment.
I'll let our cheerleaders know as well.
What do you find, other than communication, lack of communications between ref and coaches, what do you find the number one mistake referees make?
Well, they call fouls against my players. No,
Probably not, but
sure. The question was, what do you find as the mistakes that officials make with it? I think it's just listening and communicating more than anything. I mean, I can't get into what your mechanics are or what you saw on a call, but a lot of times if I feel like I see something, that's how I'm probably going to first communicate to you. I think I saw something different there. And I'm not usually saying, I'm not a guy that's going to bitch on every single call. And there are coaches that are like that. I think understanding which coaches behave which way. But normally, I think officials that work my games a lot, if they hear me starting to chirp about something, that means I must really see something, or I must really perceive that I see. I might believe that I see something. So, I don't know.
Pat,
Yeah.
For some of the younger officials who are on the cusp of doing a consistent varsity schedule, any advice that you can give them in the sense that, obviously working with their partner, but think for them to look at, or what they're going to hear from you or other coaches that might try to intimidate them?
I'm giving away all my tricks?
Yeah.
No, I think make sure you're there early. Make sure you're having some semblance of a pregame. Make sure that when you introduce yourself, that give me your first and last name. Be loud. Be confident in what you're doing. Be confident, obviously, with your whistle. Because if I sense weakness, that's when you might start attracting attention.
I got a quick question. What's your feeling between the difference between 2-person and 3-person? Because you probably see a little bit each.
Yeah, I prefer 3.
Okay.
Although, I mean, there's a perception, I don't know if it's true, that oftentimes with 3, less is called. Because sometimes they don't want to interfere in another guy's territory. I don't know why it seems less is called. I'm not sure about that, but that's a perception that some people have, that less is called with a 3-man. 3-person, excuse me. Thank you, Dick.
Other questions for Pat? Oh,
Sure, Jim.
How many referee friends do you have on Facebook?
Acquaintances or friends, Jim? Have a great season.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, we got one more.
Pat,
Sorry.
You got a question, Pat?
Yeah, I'm just interested, one of the things that I think law officials are always interested in is how to end a conversation about a particular call or sequence with a coach.
Sure.
So it doesn't seem to be a real good answer, but maybe you can illuminate for us.
And if I have Mike in a game and I say, hey, watch this guy on the seal in the post, and him saying, I'll look for it, there's not much I can keep yelling at him if he says, I'll look for it. Now, I can't tell you that every coach is going to behave like me. In fact, I'm probably an outlier with a lot of things, the way I behave. But you saying, I'll look for it, or coach, you might be right. You've from an argument position, you've kind of ended the argument that way. But if you say no, it isn't, then I can say yes, it is.
You're right.
It has.
You're right, Coach.
Any other questions for Pat? Hey, how about a round of applause for Pat coming out on his own? All Pat's got for this thing is a dinner, so grab some ribs.
I already ate. I want to call.
That's what he's really looking for.
All right.